What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another video. We got a lot to discuss in this one. Firstly, I was able to take 3 payouts live at our Dallas event, which I just got back from. Absolute blast meeting many of you in the Blaster Club in Ace Facts. If you tune into the streams, always great to get around another group of traders that are like-minded, wanting to learn, wanting to get feedback, and just grow together. So it was so much fun. I can't wait to do our next event in May. More details coming in on that and where it's going to be. Probably going to be in Tampa. So definitely tune in for that. It's going to be a blast again. But again, in this one, lots to go over. We got 3 payouts on the way. 2 of them have already hit. The third one is the 30-day one where I'm clearing the entire XFA. And I guess that's old news. I guess, or no, this would be the old news that we're still on our winning streak of now it's 20 straight days. So if we go over here on TradeZella, 20 straight days of green. I don't know why. I don't really feel any attachment to it anymore. Now that I've taken the payouts that I wanted, I really don't care about this streak anymore. Obviously, it's fun, the trades and the day streak. It's absurd and it's insane. But it was really just like, let's get this, keep going while we go to get those payouts. But the payouts happened. So we'll keep it as is. But I was talking to Austin about it in Dallas. I'm just going to let go of it and not fear giving it up because 21-day streak, 22-day streak means nothing. I don't get rewarded for it. Obviously, you don't lose money, but I just want to be able to trade freely and not be afraid to lose because, oh my God, the streak snapped. All right, so we're just going to be trading freely. Now that the payouts hit, we're going to be a little bit more aggressive on the accounts I do have. I'll catch you guys up on that. But first things first, boom. There's the 2 payouts I took live at our Dallas event. So that was super fun. Interesting to literally process it in front of everybody and have it be accepted. So these are my 250K accounts. And you can see they were started in December. So it's literally a month worth of trading. Able to take out about $2,400 and leave about $2,400 in the account. So maybe about 5 grand in that month of trading on these 2 accounts. And like I said, we can look at this one. Thank you, Joel. Whoever Joel is at Topstep. I cleared the entire XFA after having the 30 winning days. So that one has not hit yet, but I have no doubt that it will. So that's super exciting as well. But to get there, let's go over the charts real quick because there were obviously some trades I took to get this feat. Well, you guys have seen many of those across this series on YouTube. That first things first, actually, I got that last trading day, the 30th one, while we were in Dallas. Me and Austin were in the hotel. We landed in Dallas. We got some lunch, hung around because the event wasn't until Thursday. That once we got back to our rooms, I wanted to get that 30th day so that I could take that payout live at the event. So there's a little bit of pressure, but regardless, I wanted to long it somewhere in here because we finally got back to the hotel. I could look at the charts, what's been happening. I couldn't get on the Wi-Fi, but Austin had no problem getting on the Wi-Fi. So he texted me. He said, "Are you in this?" I said, "I want to be, but I can't get in it because I'm not on the Wi-Fi yet." So I started scrambling. I set up a hotspot on my phone. I'm finally able to get on the charts, but it was a little too late. But the reasoning for this one, a couple reasons. I don't know what you guys did in the morning because I was in the air. I was flying during all this New York session, so I have no idea. But I like the longs here. You could probably guess because if you look at this top and bottom line, it's our initial bounds, which we've yet to break either side. And we know statistically that we're going to probably break at least one side, and we probably don't double break, right? But that's regardless. That we're probably going to break out of one side. That very rarely, one out of the last year, have we not broken out of it. So it may not look like my normal trade, but somewhere in along here, I wanted to just get long because I know that we probably want to at least go break this initial balance high and fulfill that single break. So that would have worked out. Damn, I wasn't able to capitalize on it because I got no Wi-Fi. But we don't panic. We don't just jump in at the very top because literally Austin was long in somewhere along here on ES, right? So I didn't just chase it once it did pop out of it because now my thesis was fulfilled and it's kind of done with. I don't know what to do now, but we wait. We get that new high a day. We wait for this small pullback. It actually retests that initial balance high. However small it may be, I'm just looking for a trade. And I get in long on the break above high a day. I put a stop somewhere below that initial balance. I didn't want to take on too much drawdown because it's also 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was able to get that 30th day. I didn't run it up all the way to here. I got my 1R out of it, and I got my 30th day and able to clear the whole entire XFA. And this was actually still copied on the other 2 XFAs that I took the payout on. So it was a nice win across all 3 accounts. But I guess there's a mini lesson in there of not FOMOing in just because I wanted it back here. Technical difficulties, no Wi-Fi. My idea had played out. Damn, that's unfortunate. Now, I'm not going to just be angry and jump in randomly. Let me see if I can get a setup that makes a little bit more sense and I do. It pulls back, breaks my high day, and I get my win. But again, of course, if I bought it here, FOMO, yes, I probably wouldn't have lost, but it would have just been so annoying to take that loss randomly when I just didn't need that setup. It doesn't look like my setup. So I was actually able to find a nice clean trade. So that was that day. That was the fun antics of that, of trading on the go from a hotel room with no Wi-Fi. But then we go to the next day when we actually took some trades live at the event. So to clear this up, let's get rid of yesterday's New York, right? That's this black one. Or where are we at? Lots of lines on this chart. So now we're on to Thursday, first day of the event. I actually wanted to find some shorts, and we did. So the same thing applies of that initial bounce that we probably break at least one. Well, that happened here. So now I'm not playing the double break because that's also very unlikely. So that kind of rules out any longs going way back up to the high because we probably don't want a double break. So all I do is simply put a lower day view up on. I see it pull back to that opening range low. We're respecting the New York view up again. We're still making lower highs overall today. And we get that break of a lower day. And we're able to catch some nice shorts for a new low. Now, again, if you saw the most recent video, one of the recent videos of how I'm using the VWAP, we talked about that strength of the break. So if we zoom in closer on that lower day, is this the strongest break of a lower day VWAP, or is that just touching it, retesting it, and buyers bounce us right above it, right? You can see sellers left a pin at the bottom. They couldn't really close that bar very strongly. All right, well, how about the next? Same thing over here. Pins to the downside are not the strongest break of a lower day VWAP. Clearly, some buyers stepped in at the end of that candle. I'm not really ready to short it yet. But regardless, even if you did, a stop loss at that lower high would hold. But you can see you get a break here, followed by another minute of break and another minute, right? Sellers are able to hold under it for more than 30 seconds to a minute. So maybe you're saying, okay, well, there's still some lower highs on top. Maybe this is our final and last break. We're ready to go. So nice clean trend continuation there. Still using that initial balance of we probably only want to break one side. I mean, I can maybe even pull it up here on Edgeful. I was talking about it on some calls. We went over it heavily at our Dallas event. That if you look at the report here from Edgeful, single break in the past year, 68% of the time. Only 30% of the time do we break both sides. And then this is the one I was playing on that Wednesday one. No breaks, 2 out of the last year. So less than 1% of the time does it not break, which is why I really wanted to chase that long on that Wednesday one because we still hadn't broken it. And I know we're probably gonna, right? There's a 99% chance we do. Now, with this other trade we're looking at, I'm playing the 30% because we broke one side, right? The bottom. Well, now there's only a 30% chance we come all the way back up here. So I don't want to do that. So I'm going to keep looking for shorts. So these edgeful stats and really just these key levels of the initial balance were really key, at least for this week. Obviously, I'll use them every week, but just back to back days of using it here. And let's see on Friday. Was there one more lesson on that one? I think one more while we go back here. Sorry. Go back to Wednesday real quick. This deep pullback, if we throw back on what the New York view up looked like, I don't know what everyone was doing. Like I said, I was in the air, but I just really hope no one was selling it down there. Yes, you could squeeze out some money, but where's your price and where's your stop loss? That we went over this heavily at the Dallas event as well. Let's throw up the 15-minute here on the left side and see what that looked like. So you're selling it right here on this daily view up retest on a day that's extremely bullish from the news. We took out a previous day's high, and you're saying right here, shorts are in. A little too zoomed in on the 1 minute, saying that sellers are in because it's doing is making that higher low after a strong push. It's just a full retest to the daily because we're kind of overextended. So if you got induced into shorts there, definitely look into this 15-minute. I have plenty of videos on it on this channel. And like I said, we went over it heavily on the at the Dallas event because a lot of people would have agreed that that was a nice short. I show them this chart and they're like, "Oh, never mind. That was not a good short." So definitely incorporate that into your trading as well as these initial balance levels. But on Friday, we don't need to spend too much time on it. Didn't take any trades, but it was the same thing. A couple of people were maybe getting induced into these shorts because what do we have at the open? Lower highs and lower lows underneath New York VWAP. Well, same thing, I'll argue. Let's go to the 15-minute here and pop up that Friday pullback. We had a bullish pop here at the open, and let's throw on a daily view up to see what that looked like. Obviously, it's bullish, but this is where lower highs, lower lows at the open. We must be going short. Just retesting the daily. After a strong consecutive run up here pre market from the news, that all it's doing is taking a break, giving a breath and building a higher low, and it goes and continues that trend to the upside. So again, not being too zoomed out in the 1 minute, I was actually looking for longs at the event because I'm saying, well, shorts aren't the high probability play until we can crack below this daily and maybe even below it with lower highs and lower lows. Then maybe I'll look for some shorts. Because you go to the 1 minute here, yes, it's looking bearish so far at the open, but it quickly just stops and comes right back up because the higher time frame trend is actually still very bullish. All right, so that was the short week of trading because I was traveling, a little distracted at the event, obviously doing it, but great to take the payout. Great to get this other account cleared. I just went into my Topstep X before this video. It's gone. I only have 2 accounts now, so I'll be trading those a little bit heavier. The ones with the balances left in this, I'm going to be trading it heavier, a little bit more risky on the risk. Not the setups I take. I'm still going to be taking my bread and butter, the setups you guys always see me teach on this channel, but they're just going to be a little bit more heavier. So I can go get that payout again quickly, or it's going to burn me quickly. But I don't want to spend too much time chugging the $200 a day to repeat this process. I want to go a little bit quicker. My trading is going really well. My setups in the flow. I feel good about it. So that's the next part of this journey. But yeah, fun to take the payout in front of everybody. The whole event as a whole was very fun, very informative to meet other traders, hear their stories, hear what they're struggling with, hearing that they found value in it. So I definitely love that. The streak does continue going into this next week. So that is exciting. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Always feel free to reach out if you have any questions of the trades you took last week. If I pointed something out that you didn't see, always feel free to reach out. Like I said, I hinted at it. We got an event coming back up in May. Dallas was super fun. We're going to do another one later on towards the spring, towards the summer. So definitely tune in for that for details on that again. But I appreciate you guys. Trade safe. I'll see you guys on the charts tomorrow morning.